Yeah, my friends. Now, second phase mains examination dates have been released. Now, especially in the mains, among the three subjects, maths, physics and chemistry, physics has its own importance, and relatively students, majority of the students, they feel that it's a difficult subject. But as far as our experience and our faculty motivation and the team of Sri Chaitanya, especially from physics department, is concerned, we made easy physics preparation. We made easy. In that aspect, my friends, here, at least in coming these 7 days of duration, here I would like to share how to score 70 plus marks out of 100 in JEE mains examination by taking experts and their vision into consideration. Before going to that, just look at into January 2020 JEE main physics analysis. See, my friends, here in January, the examination was conducted on 3 days, 7th, 8th and 9th, under 2 shifts, morning 9 to 12 and evening 2 to 5. Among these 2 shifts under 3 days, total in January 2020, 6 papers were conducted. Of that, if we have gone through the standards and levels of the questions, especially in physics, you will observe that, see, in shift 1, I have divided the entire questions into 3 parts. One is easy, next one is medium, next one is difficult. Of course, in shift 1, 11 questions are they came under easy, 13 questions are medium, and only 1 question is difficult. This is about what? 7th January, shift 1. Coming to shift 2, 9 questions are in easy level and 14 questions are in a medium level and only just 2 questions are in difficult level. If you have observed all the number of questions that were asked in a January session, very few questions are in a difficult level area. Majority of the questions, especially in physics, are easy and medium only. So, my dear aspirants, don't worry about physics. It's never be the difficult subject. Of course, whatever it may be your preparation, but at least in coming these days, if you are strengthening the points that which are mentioning here very carefully, definitely we are confident you should score more than 70 marks out of 100. For that, here I have taken our experienced faculty, K. Ravindra Kumar sir, his guidelines, because he is the one of senior lecturer in physics in Sri Chaitanya and has produced so many all India ranks below 1000 and 100 and 10 also, not only in IIT, even in NEET examination also. He has more than 30 years of experience in Sri Chaitanya, and so many of his students were now studying in different IITs across the country. With his able guidance, I have collected all the information for your convenience for coming 1 week of time, if you are preparing your schedule, or at least if you are maintaining the schedule in 7 days according to our schedule, or if you just follow our schedule, at least you can strengthen your marks, and you definitely will get a very good score in a final JEE mains second phase also. So according to his instructions, in day 1 you just divide the topics like this. In day 1 you concentrate on 4 topics. Number 1 is Newton's laws of motion, friction, circular motion, and the second one is work power energy. Third one is center of mass and collisions, and fourth one is rotational dynamics. Of course, from these topics, which concepts we have to emphasize, we have to focus is very, very important, because mechanics is one of the lengthiest and vast subject. It requires a lot of preparation only. But at this time, in this short span of, in this short duration, if you are focusing, especially from Newton's laws of motion, friction and circular motion, and work power energy, if you are focusing on these particular concepts or sub-concepts, because under each and every sub-concepts, definitely we can expect a question of that. Mainly you have to focus on free body diagrams. Here, clarity in drawing free body diagrams, where to draw, when to apply. With the help of the free body diagrams, identification of different forces with vector notation is very, very important. Especially to identify the frictional direction, these vector notations plays very good role. And of course, even in circular motion also, the direction of centripetal force is very, very important. You master these 3 areas, and the topics, problems which are related and interlinked from free body diagrams and vector notations with the directions, you have to strengthen these particular areas. And of course, with the help of that knowledge, if you master the conservation principles and their applications from work power energy, and especially from this chapter, the problems which are linked with the above topics, they are very, very important. And even for solving, for applying conservative principles, where to apply conservative principles, conservation principles are very, very essential. A question is a guarantee from conservation principles. Several times questions were repeated also. If you have gone through the previous JEE mains papers, you will find the questions, different varieties of questions, especially from conservative principles. So, the linked problems from all these areas and sub-concepts are very, very useful for you, for to strengthen, for to gain good marks, especially from Newton's laws, friction, circular motion, work power energy. Now coming to center of mass and collisions, and another beautiful topic, rotational dynamics. As I said earlier, all linked problems, even from center of mass and collisions, and moreover work power energy and Newton's laws of motion, they are very, very important. Then straight questions, majority of the linked problems we can expect from this principle. So you need to concentrate more on this particular area. My suggestion is, you just maintain a separate notes and write all the important formulae, list out all the formulae. Of that, identify the principles, concepts, under which concept, under which conservative principle we are solving the problem. You pick that kind of problems even from previous or past years papers. And if you have been exposed for that, definitely you will get confidence and knowledge. And also you can rectify the mistakes in general. Every students are doing it because they are getting confusion while drawing even that free body diagrams also. Identification of the forces also, majority of this doing due to confusion also they are doing mistakes. So to avoid all that confusions, you just stick on to, please don't go for any other things, just you stick on to these principles. And of course, my friends, rotational dynamics, it is very, very important topic for everyone. People are very much interested to focus on this and they want to solve so many number of problems in this one. But my suggestion is, don't do that much of problems. Better concentrate on a parallel and perpendicular axis theorems and their applications, especially to find what? Moment of inertia. And all concepts interlinked with what? Rolling motion, conservation of angular momentum. See, in the list of concepts where I am stressing with the colors, they are very, very important. You list out all those things and collect all those problems, especially in the separate notes, and do as many as you can. But one can get a confidence in mechanics only with rigorous practice. But we don't have that much of time. At least you focus on the concept that we have mentioned so far, that's sufficient. But don't waste your time. At least you have to allot 2 hours of solid time in your regular preparation. You put 2 hours for physics and 2 hours for chemistry and 2 hours at least for mathematics. That means 6 solid hours are required at least this coming 1 week of time. I think that's sufficient. In that preparation, you list out all those formulas, the concepts, and you consider this as a checklist from your side. Okay, whether I have completed the problems from conservative principle and rolling motion problems or parallel axis and perpendicular axis theorem applications and all the problems based on the free body diagrams, etc., whether I have covered or not, you check it. Suppose if you have done all the problems confidently, then go ahead for next. If time permits, my suggestion would be, better you take a practice test on a day 1 topics. That means on Newton's laws of motion, work power energy, center of mass, collisions and rotational dynamics. A test is required because from these topics we can expect minimum 3 to 4 questions. 3 to 4 questions under these particular principles only. Because mechanics is the vast topic. There are so many problems, so many formulas, so many things are there. Only thing is, you revise all the formulae based on the principles that we have mentioned and you master the problems based on that. For that, you take the guidelines from the previous papers, previous JEE papers, and if possible, solve all straight forward questions or straight objective questions from previous old IIT JEE papers also or previous JEE advanced papers also. Sometimes or nowadays, direct questions they are lifting from the JEE advanced examinations and they are giving those questions in JEE mains examinations also. But as far as theory is concerned, you just stick on to the lines which are mentioned in the NCERT textbooks. Don't go beyond that. All the theoretical aspects one should concentrate from what? From NCERT textbooks only. This is about your day 1 preparation. Now coming to day 2, this is about properties of matter. Of course, under properties of matter, I can say this is mechanics 2 also. Here, fluid mechanics and fluid dynamics is there, viscosity, surface tension, elasticity topics are there, But when compared with the first part, this is relatively easy. Nowadays, definite questions, they are asking minimum 2 to 3 questions exclusively from this area. Of that, you need to focus on first one, Bernoulli's theorem and its applications. You master that. You have to. Because questions were repeated and they are being asking. And even they are lifting the same questions from advanced examination to mains examinations. Formulae, everything, questions were repeated exclusively from Bernoulli's principle. You have to master that Bernoulli's theorem and its applications. And of course, my friends, surface tension and viscosity, though they are very simple topics, don't underestimate that one question is guarantee and it requires hardly what? 1 hour. It's very easy to complete also. And especially in elasticity, we can expect the theoretical questions. Of course, simple questions we can also expect it, but direct formula, put the formula, get the answer, or like that questions only we can expect exclusively from elasticity chapter. So, from elasticity, you list all the formulae, and based on each and every formula, you focus or you concentrate solving the problems, just numerical problems, and we can expect it. Very good theoretical questions, especially from day 2 topics, that is properties of matter. From day 1 and day 2, worst case scenario, we can expect 7 to 9 questions out of 25 in JEE mains examination. And my friends, coming to day 3, it's your favorite topics, and of course, it plays very good role. Not only in JEE mains, even for advanced examination also. Several things one should practice and remember, because lot of difficult questions and complicated questions and somewhat typical and interesting questions also we can expect, especially in electricity and magnetism. From this chapter, 25% of the questions are possible. And the only thing is, better you need to concentrate all the concepts and you need to practice all the problems which are linked with the gravitation chapter, which is in mechanics, because all the formulas which are from gravitation as well as in electricity and magnetism, these are both are almost similar to each other. That's why practice and prepare formula and concepts linked with gravitation chapter. One shot, 2 birds concept you apply, you have to apply. Thereby you will save the time also, and you will understand what is the difference between the concepts of Coulomb's law, etc., and the same concept in gravitation also. And your favorite theorem, Gauss theorem, is very simple. Though it is simple, but a question is guarantee. A question is guarantee. And of course, in current electricity, network analysis is another important chapter. And in magnetic effects of current, motion of charge in a magnetic field and the related formula are very, very important. In general, students do mistakes, especially in this area. And we can expect very difficult and typical questions also. And after Gauss law, the Lenz's laws are very, very important, and motional EMF concepts and formula are also very, very important. And there is no mains paper without the question from electromagnetic induction. Yeah, already I mentioned it. We can expect difficult and typical questions are possible to come in this area. And of course, my friends, nowadays, some theoretical questions and a simple, beautiful conceptual questions are asking on what? Impedance, power factor, with the phase approach. Because a guarantee question, minimum from this particular chapter only, we can expect 2 to 4 questions exclusively from electricity and magnetism. Sometimes more questions also. Sometimes more than this also. Minimum 3 to 6 also we can expect. It depends, because under 3 shifts, under 3 days of the examinations, from each and every paper. On an average, 2 to 4 questions or 3 to 6 questions we can expect exclusively from this chapter. It is the heart of entire physics chapter. You have to master this completely. Better you prepare list of formulae and a list of concepts separately and check them one by one and solve as many as you can different type of problems under each and every concept that I have mentioned here. Just like day 1, if time permits, better you take a mock test on these topics if possible. If time permits only. But this is just a checklist, my friends. Already, if I am right, you have completed all these areas. But the only thing is, again you need to strengthen. There are so many other things, but today I am not concentrating on those areas here, because then those areas, especially a guarantee questions are compulsory from these particular concepts, especially in electricity and magnetism. Now coming to day 4, heat and thermodynamics. Of course, my friends, in chemistry, we know we have gases theory chapter. Here is also kinetic gas theory is there. It is also there in chemistry. So instead of wasting the time, better you try to understand the sign convention there. Here, in physics point of view, your lecturers are in general in physics orientation. You are been concentrating or solving the problem under one particular sign convention model, whereas in a chemistry point of view, they are discussing the same problems under another direction, but don't get any confusion at all. Stick on to only one of the sign convention and solve all the concepts interrelated with what kinetic theory of gases. It's very, very important. It saves time also. If you are master that kinetic theory of gases topic in physics, please don't waste that time for preparing that same topic in chemistry. Or if you mastered that, don't waste the time here in physics. Other than that, you need to concentrate on what? From thermodynamics, practice more on PV diagrams and problems on thermal conduction. Here units are very, very important. Conversions units are very, very important. My friends, especially in physics, wherever or whenever graphs problems are there, especially in mechanics, you will find several graphs, graphical oriented questions or graphs. All basic graphs questions, not only in mechanics, even in electricity, even in heat and thermodynamics. Wherever or whenever graphs are required, you need to practice more on that, because questions are compulsory from graph orientation problems. We can expect minimum 2 to 3 questions, especially in entire 25, minimum 2 to 3 questions directly are linked with other topics, exclusive on graphs, exclusive on graphic problems. All need to practice. You have to practice. And here also the formulae and the concepts. List all the formulae. Because when compared with mathematics and chemistry, the number of formulae in physics are very less. That is the advantage in physics. In mathematics, you need to concentrate and you need to focus on more number of formulae. Whereas in physics, when compared with mathematics, the number of formulas are very less. The only thing is the way of asking the question is very, very important. That's why you read, practice, where to stop, or when to stop, or how to stop. What is the key point in the question is very, very important. That's why read question very carefully in examination. This is the very, very important session for you. Because majority of you people are not reading the question properly. What is Given in the question, you are just simply forgetting. In the question, sometimes they will ask which of the following is correct or which of the following is not correct, which one of the following is correct or not correct. Like that confusions they will create in your minds. Because of our over enthusiasm or something, examination fear complex or etc., etc., you are doing mistakes, especially on that particular area, that creates unnecessary nuisance in your mind, and it will decrease your confidence levels also. Please, because already you got valuable time, and utilize all this valuable time and focus the best problems. Suppose if you have solved a problem, means that should be the correct problem. Your answer should be the right one. Like that only you have to select. Now coming to day 5, modern physics. Of course, relatively easy, but 15% of the questions we can expect from this area. Of that, structure of atoms, nuclear physics and radioactivity. And of course, here also majority of the topics are interlinked with what? Chemistry. So only thing is problematic approach, problematic areas only you need to concentrate, and exclusively there are some problems, they are meant for physics only. You need to focus on that area only. And of course, logic gates and semiconductor devices, guarantee question is there from here. And we can, simple topic also, especially for this one, you concentrate NCERT and exemplar problems from NCERT. Exemplar problems. Exemplar problems. They are very, very important. Because sometimes straight away they are lifting the questions from those exemplary problems, and they are been asking in JEE mains examination. Okay, please don't lose the marks under any cost from this chapter. If I am in your position, first I am concentrating the problems which are given in the modern physics, because it won't take that much of time also, and easily I will get the marks also. Now coming to day 6, it is optics. Here in optics, the major drama goes to sign convention. Their students are doing several mistakes and they are getting confusion, though they are getting the answer, but they are not identifying which answer is the correct from the given options. That has been created because of lack of knowledge in the sign conventions. So you need to focus on what? Sign convention and applications, especially in spherical mirrors. And of course, practice more on what? Ray diagrams. They are asking. Simple questions only they are asking. With lack of practice in ray diagrams, one can lose the marks very easily, especially from ray optics. So from ray optics, ray diagrams are very, very important. And entire optics, sign conventions is very, very important. And of that, Young double slit experiment from wave optics is an extraordinary topic and is very, very useful topic. 90% a question is guaranteed from this. And all application interlinked with the Young's double slit experiment is very, very important. And of course, from all the above topics, you have to concentrate on what? Phase and path difference. Practice more on what? Phase and path difference. Being a mathematics student, it's very easy topic for you. Because you are the only person who can understand very well what is the phase and what is the path difference, and when should we apply phase and when should we apply path. And of course, resolving power from diffraction and limitations are very, very important in ray and wave optics. Limitations. Resolving power from diffraction and limitations. This is another simplest area. But for this kind of all theoretical aspects, as I mentioned earlier, you need to focus on what? Only NCERT textbooks and the exemplar problems given from NCERT are just sufficient. Now coming to my day 7, which is oscillations, wave and motions, because whatever it may be the order of your preparation, but my suggestion would be you just give priority to this chapter in the last day only, because especially in this particular area, several interlinked problems we can expect. Of that, you need to concentrate more on force equation. How to resolve, the techniques behind resolving the force equations are very, very important. And interlinked questions in mechanics, especially from waves and oscillations, are very, very important. You need to focus on all interlinked questions, applications of waves, of oscillations and waves in mechanics, and of course analysis of wave equation. It's very easy for you because you are the mathematics student. You know what is the sin A plus B, sin A minus B, cos A plus B, cos A minus B, that kind of formulas and analysis, etc., etc. Things are very easy for you. But the very interesting topic is vibrations in strings, because question is guarantee. Very, very important. A question is a guarantee from this one. And thus, like that, the next and important topic one is Doppler effect and beats. It's simple one. Straight questions, simple formulae, and if theoretical question also we can expect from this one. So my friends, just in the coming 7 days, if you have been focused on these particular areas, from each and every area, at least we can get minimum, suppose from mechanics, as I said, some 6 to 8 questions you can get it. Part 2 mechanics you can get 2 to 3 questions. Even from electricity also 6 to 8 questions you can expect. And the rest of all other things from you can expect 6 to 4 questions. Here this is what 18 questions, and here it is what this is 16, 22, 23, 24, 25. But I don't need all these things. I want just 18 questions or 17 questions are just sufficient, or 15 questions are also just sufficient. 15 into 4 is equal to what? 16 marks. Suppose if it is 16, 16 into 4, 64 marks. Suppose if it is 17, 17 into 4 is equal to what? 68 marks. And if it is 18, 18 into 4 is what? 72 marks. But I need 70 marks are just sufficient for me. See, it is not that easy. Only thing is you have to focus and you have to concentrate and you have to collect all the required information on that particular concept that we have assigned in your preparation are very, very essential, and prepare accordingly. With that kind of solid preparation only you can get very good result. Getting 70 marks in coming just 1 week of time is not a joke, especially in physics like subjects in JEE mains. I am confident, if you are, honestly I am telling, if you are doing work hard systematically on these particular areas, definitely you can do, you can achieve. This is guarantee. Because with my experience and as a coordinator of Sri Chaitanya, I am giving this information, I am sharing this information with you. My friends, and before going to the examination, my suggestions would be, sleep with a light heart and mind. It's very, very essential. Go bed early and wake up feeling fresh and confident to face the time you have been preparing so hard for, and give it back on the face. Got the point? So go to the bed early and wake up feeling fresh and confident. See, enter in the examination hall with a cheerful smile and leave it the same way. irrespective of how the paper was, because after all it is an examination only. Don't panic over this. Okay, I have studied 2 complete years exclusively for this examination. So what? I have not done well. So what? Don't worry. After all, it is an examination. Forget about it. But please don't repeat it again and again. If reasons are really give support behind the screen, because of due to that only you are unable to write the examination, not writing the examination properly, then okay. But don't tell unnecessary reasons. That's fine. If clarity is in your heart and purity is in your mind, definitely you will get better and best results. And of course, at present pandemic situations, you take all necessary precautions. They are mandatory. So one day before, you just check where is your examination hall and go 1 hour before to the examination hall and bring a separate or an extra mask also, and a sanitizer along with you is compulsory for you. Nobody will question you at this juncture. If you have any problem, don't hesitate to ask the corresponding invigilator. Once you settle in the system, before the system, and read all the instructions properly after login, and utilize complete 3 hours of the time properly. Though paper is easy, even then check once again. You go back and front, and whether any question has you have left or leave the question or something, or not confidently. You check it once again before submitting the question paper. My suggestion is, again I am repeating, please use 3 hours of the time perfectly. And another suggestion is, along with you, you take a white paper. No invigilator will object to you, because in the examination hall they should provide that white paper for to do what is called rough work. If they are providing it, there is no problem. Otherwise, you can utilize it. If they are objecting it, then show it to them openly. Nothing is there. Nothing will happen also. That's why if you have any doubts in the examination hall, please don't hesitate to ask and share with the corresponding invigilator. And be careful with the surroundings. Don't interact with your friends, and don't enter into the groups, and don't mingle with others, and don't discuss with the question papers after completion of the examination or before going to the examination. Because they are unnecessarily they may pollute your mind. My friend, this is the very, very important time for you, because you have been wasted or you have been completed 2 solid years of the time, and better utilize every minute is very, very important. For that, what to do? First half an hour is very, very important in your career. In first half an hour, you have to collect which problems are very, very important and 100% known to you. First solve them only. Just in the first half an hour, if you have solved 15, solved means they should be right. They are right, that's all. No dilemma at all. They are 100% right. Then only do any experiments in the remaining time only. My suggestion would be, you have to allot minimum 45 to 50 minutes of the time for each and every paper, even for mathematics, physics and chemistry. Of course, for chemistry, it won't take more than 45 minutes. If it takes, that means the paper should be somewhat lengthy. But even then, for physics also, worst case scenario, you have to allot minimum 50 minutes and worst case to 50 minutes to 60 minutes. Read question properly. This is very, very important. Read properly, study them, underline. You focus some of the keywords which are given in the questions are very important, and options are very, very important. And which options are very nearer to your answer, you check, you confine to that, and you don't get confusion on that, and immediately you register the correct answer on the key on the paper. So, my friends, this kind of, so because you have been exposed for so many examinations, for Sri Chaitanya students, it is very simple for them because they have been exposed for thousands and thousands of the questions. And of course, even in January session also, we got 400 percentile scores across the country from JEE main January session. Only 9 students were got 900 percentiles. Of that, 4 students are from Sri Chaitanya alone. No other institution has got this record. Yeah, the same history we are going to prove even in the second phase of JEE mains also. This is possible, this happens because of the faculty, system and environment. And if you have any queries, my friends, please contact the nearer Sri Chaitanya. And recently we have started one beautiful program, and that program will help you a lot, even for freshers also. And anyhow, finally, thank you for all for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and share this. I will give more information about examinations and mathematics lessons also in coming video. And finally, wish you all the best for your final examination. Thank you.